Well, my name is John Paul Sharp, and I was co-directing Cedar the Redwoods with Lacey Sarko.
Cedar the Redwoods was our first drama that Copious Love has put on. Cedar's sister dies, and so Cedar starts driving home to Portland to go to her sister's funeral. And she drives down the Avenue of the Giants in the Redwood Forest and gets into a car accident.
She kind of has to, along the way, deal with all these ghosts that are haunting her. It was I think it's the most serious show that Copious Love has ever done. It's very hard to write about, this girl struggling with her concept of getting on with her life while all these ghosts are kind of pulling her back. So,
what I appreciated about it was that by doing this production, Copious Love was saying to the community that we're not just here to try to make a profit, we're not just here to make people laugh, and we're not just here to have a party, but we're also here to explore what creativity and all the aspects of creativity and expression that the arts community needs to have present, even if it means that we don't break even. I felt it was my role as a director to assist these actors in using their voices to distinguish between characters.
Cedar and the Redwoods had three of the actors playing multiple roles, and every actor on stage was wearing pretty much all black as kind of very neutral, because a lot of the character changes had nothing to do with costume changes or anything like that. It was more of a psychological change, because since none of the characters existed in physically in that world, except for Cedar, it was very easy to just imagine the fact that all they would do is sort of bring on sort of a change in attitude, a change in posture.
One of the early decisions I made for myself as a director was that if I didn't believe what I was hearing, I certainly wasn't going to believe what I was seeing. So I felt my role during rehearsals is to listen.
we had an all-women set crew. So we moved a lot of heavy stuff. Yeah, I was like, well, first, even though the car was cumbersome, it was awesome. It looked great. Every night, I had to kind of sit at it and make sure all the benches were, so the actors could, reach steering wheels and reach things. So the car was great. There was a piece that was about 4 feet high or 5 feet high of a redwood tree stump that was hollowed out on the inside. That was my favorite piece.
I think that the lighting with the trees, we had built these trees that were silhouetted, and you could see through the fabric of the tree that looked like a tree trunk itself.
They were made of like a nylon fabric that kind of came down from the rafters all the way down to the floor, and they were the size of a person, and the three actors that played multiple characters in Cedar's imagination would stand behind these trees and pose and vocalize as their different characters, and they would light up.
And of course, fog machines only feel like going off when it was completely inappropriate to do so.
So Tony had a genius idea of putting this projection screen behind the set to kind of indicate sort of the rear window of the car, what's going on, so the audience can believably understand that the car is now like driving at night through California forest, or pulling into a gas station, and down to the like red light brake lights lighting up the back of the stage.
And that was, I believe, the first instance that we have cast an actor who has gone on to paid work directly out of our show, which has happened twice now. So I'm always super thrilled when any of our actors go on to paid work directly from working with us, because I feel that says a lot about who we are and what we do for people who come to act with Copious Love.